Tonight's the night the Sabres officially add Rasmus Dahlin to their team when they select him first overall. From there, plenty of questions surrounding the rest of the roster. Let's head on down to Dallas, where our Greg Vorst continues our NHL draft coverage inside American Airlines Center. Greg, you heard from General Manager Jason Botterill earlier this morning. What type of sense did you get about what's in store beyond Dahlin this evening?
That's right. We'll put Dahlin to bed. He will be the first overall pick. After that, I think we could see fireworks, and if it's going to happen, it's going to happen early in the draft. Botterill saying he's willing to look and moving up into the top 10 in this draft because he says that's how deep it is. He believes there's 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in this draft that are NHL ready, and that's besides Rasmus Dahlin. Now, if they're going to make a move like that, one name has to be involved in that trade, and that's center Ryan O'Reilly. And it's hard to move on from a guy that's a 60-point scorer, and it's kind of ironic that you're talking about trading Ryan O'Reilly when they acquired Ryan O'Reilly for a first-round pick just a couple years ago on draft night. Of course, that was under GM Tim Murray. Now, if they make that move, they're looking for young talent and speed. Here is Jason Botterill talking about what they need to improve their team via a trade.
Just in general, our team does have to get faster, and I've talked a lot about it's bringing players in that can physically skate faster, and it's also getting the coaching staff and the players on the same system to play faster. I think just if you move the puck quicker up to the forwards, a team just looks faster altogether from that standpoint. But yeah, it's something that we've certainly focused in on our amateur staff and our pro staff and different trade options of trying to bring some more speed to our lineup.
Again, if they're going to do that, that's going to involve trading Ryan O'Reilly, John. So should be fun as we lead up to making that selection for Rasmus Dahlin first overall.
And Greg and I, we've talked about how I think at least O'Reilly is a piece that they should move on from. The core has remained the same through all of this losing. O'Reilly part of that. I'm not putting all of it on him, Greg, but I certainly think they need to move on. Sabres also seem to be moving forward from someone in net. Tell me a little bit about what Jason Botterill said about Robin Lehner.
Yeah, it wasn't something he wanted to say. It was hard for him to get out, but they are moving on from Robin Lehner. They're not re-signing him this offseason, saying that they're going to part ways, that this team needs to get better across the roster, and they believe in net that's one of the places they need to get better. And when you finish 31st and have the first overall pick, obviously you weren't good in a lot of spots. So Jason Botterill saying they are going to move on from Robin Lehner, and that Linus Ullmark will be the guy in net, and they'll obviously look to free agency to fill up that backup void as we go forward.
So, Greg, we know that Lehner will not be brought back. Is there a possibility anyone out with the buyout period now upon us could also be on the move?
He addressed that this morning also and said no one will be bought out. That's obviously good news for someone like Zach Bogosian, who kind of carries a hefty number against the cap, but there will not be any buyouts as far as the Sabres are concerned.
All right, Greg, thanks for all that coverage down there in Dallas, and we'll have much, much more from Greg at American Airlines Center through the evening as the Sabres are all but expected to draft Rasmus Dahlin. That'll do it for this half hour of Spectrum News Sports. I'm John Scott. I'll see you in 30 minutes.